So, bell rings. It's about 15 minutes until the conclave starts. So, Ironwood and Cat's Paw and the four novices start making their way there. Um,
We'll follow with them then.
all right, Alina is here's the ringing, and she and the rest of her group, the other Worldly family, are making their way in, are going down the stairs, making their way in. Um, Jonah's already there. The first thing he did was he walked up to the gate, passing the marketplace. Demi, you saw King Jonah. He only had about 6 bodyguards with him, or who you think are bodyguards. They were all armored. Well, two of them were in robes. 4 of them were in armor. They could have been the robed ones. Could be advisors also. It's You would have expected. You saw him. You knew what group he was with. You would have expected, more people to be guarding the king of one of the largest and richest countries in Pondera. It's kind of strikes you as, well, roll insight for me and see if it strikes you as odd. Demi.
Yeah, I got it.
Huh?
Calm down.
I'm sad. Jeez. It does strike you as very odd that he doesn't have more people with him. Um, all right. Um, Gao, when you get to the gate, they let Gwendolyn in, but they say that you may come inside the fence, well, the gate, but you'll have to wait outside the main temple. Is that okay with your your ladyship and your lordship, the other representatives? Is that fine? Um, Gao?
Oh, well, I thought she was asking, or the guard was
The
asking her.
guard, the guard was asking you guys.
Oh, me and my squire.
Yes, you will have to. If we only allow those main representatives in the chamber. The knight and squire will probably have to wait outside the main temple if that is fine. And the your Gwenel says, kind of looks to you for guidance. And do you nod? Do you shake your
Oh,
head?
I thought you said Gwendell says. Yeah, I can stay out here. Just remember to speak. I'm talking to Gwendell. Just remember to speak clearly
Mm-hmm.
and um, bring us honor.
Uh,
No pressure.
of course, when you put it that way. So she follows one of the guards inside the main temple, and you can put yourself anywhere outside the main temple. Razor, the same is said to you and to Cat's Paw and Ironwood when you get to the temple, when you get to the main gate. Um, and Cat's Paw looks at you, Razor, and says, we'll be fine. Just wait outside. Nothing ever goes wrong at these things.
And
Lightning,
then, then
lightning strikes in the
yeah,
background. Dogs bark. That kind of thing. Um,
I would say if that was true, then my Leaf Lord wouldn't have instructed me to be here. But I'll wait here.
yeah. Um, Brahm, the same thing is said to you. Well, you look more like an entertainer rather than a bodyguard, but it is said to Alina and her her family. And Alina kind of turns to you, Brahm, and says, "We should be fine. Just wait with the other bodyguards outside."
Can I attempt to convince the guys to let me in?
Yes. You could roll persuasion for me and give me the gist of what you'd probably say to them.
All right. Do I roll and then explain, or
I'd like you to roll first to see how well you explain. You explained fucking well. All right. What do you say? Just tell me what you say to them.
yes. You see, I am not only an entertainer, but also I speak for the general entertainment of the realm and of everyone who has ever played a musical instrument ever, and that I think for the good of bards and entertainers everywhere, I should be allowed to witness this historic day to write tales of the wonderful conversations and plans to be had on this occasion.
Holy shit! I rolled a 1. he The guard says, "Let me tell you what. You can wait outside the council chamber. I do not think my captain would really like. You can wait outside the council chamber, but I do not think that you can be part of the proceedings or to watch the proceedings. It's all very private and hush hush. And Pelor, be my witness. I don't think you'd enjoy it either. It's pretty boring, but he's agreed to let you outside the chambers at least. So you can be outside those. He can't really do any better unless you want to try to convince the captain to let you in.
Is the captain present?
I can go get the captain, he says, if your ladyship doesn't mind waiting. And
No, it's fine. I will wait outside.
Okay. All right. The council.
chamber.
All right. So, the guard escorts you and her lady to the chamber. Okay. And he, it's everything in this building is made out of white marble. There are statues of Pelor everywhere. Outside the chamber, there are 2 guards in plate mail wielding falchions, and they look kind of intimidating. But they haven't said anything or anything. They're kind of there to look intimidating. And one of them opens the door for Alina and the other members of her family, and kind of shuts it right after she goes in. There are some benches outside that you could sit on while you wait for them. They're kind of strewn. They're kind of set against the walls, or you can stand if you want.
Could I just kind of stand next to the guards and maybe converse a little with them?
You can attempt to converse with them.
Okay. I'd just like to ask him, hey, how's it going? Everything looking well and safe?
And he says things are fine. And then his answer is very short. That's what you said.
All right. I'm just gonna take a few steps back and just kind of stand next to them, observing.
Okay. They're kind of like those palace guards at Buckingham Palace. They said something, but they don't really say much after that. Their attention is kind of focus ahead. Let's see. So Brahm, you're probably in there somewhere. Akros, Henry says, all right, it's time to get to the fence, since most of the dignitaries are probably at the main temple right now. Kind of sucks that we get stuck with just watching a fence, huh?
Yeah, I know, this is boring.
I know,
Starting to regret
we should
demolition now.
we should totally sneak in to see what's happening.
That sounds good to me.
All right. Do you have any ideas on how we should do this? He says.
So, wait, which fence?
He points to the fence over here. The fence before we get to the main temple. Don't you want to see what's going on?
Oh, okay. How about we just walk in?
You think they'd let us walk in?
I don't know. It was your idea.
Well, actually, how smart are you? You're fairly intelligent.
Yeah, I'm smart. I'm just
lack of common sense, of course.
Yeah.
Because we're common guards, and only those dignitaries and their bodyguards and the members of the Church of Pelor. Well, I mean, we attended church last month, right? We should be able to get in.
Maybe you did.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh,
No.
no.
I think I slept in.
God damn it, Chris. All right. How about okay, I'll do the talking, and if he asks you so, no, that wouldn't work.
Hmm.
If you were injured, they'd just tell me to take you to the healer's tent. Um, can't. You know what? Let's just go up and see what happens.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
What could
So
go wrong?
exactly, what could go wrong? So Henry starts walking in front of, like, besides you as you guys go to the fence, and the guard there asks, "Can I help you?" And Henry says something to the effect of, "Yeah, we were assigned to guard to provide extra security for the council chambers, right, Akros?"
Yeah, that's right. Official Wingfall militia business, you know.
Yeah, of
Just
course.
step aside.
I'm gonna roll Henry's charisma actually. Okay. Can you roll a deception for me?
Sure.
I'm gonna
Let's see
also roll insight for the guard too. Oh shit. All right. Well, I guess with so many bodyguards outside, we could use the extra security. I guess that's a good idea. You two can come in. So just
All right, thanks, buddy.
yep,
I just
just
like pat him on the back and walk past him.
I am not your buddy. But he says just stay outside the main temple. Just make sure that the other bodyguards don't get into fights. We had a problem at the conclave 2 years ago when the elven sapphire guard got into some scraps with some of the dwarves from Ironfast, and it got really ugly really quick. So just be aware of that, and I'd watch out for the elves too, because they're a little. The royal guard can be a little. They could be assholes. Let's not
Okay.
put this eloquently. They could be
Sure thing.
assholes. All right.
Sure thing.
Thank
and
you.
Then I after we walk off, I tell Henry, I wasn't really listening. What did he say?
Henry says, the Sapphire Guard, who guard the royal family for Dorenithil and Nanenlaer, might be assholes. So we have to watch out if there's any fighting that starts, because you know how elves can be that are from the Western continent, right?
Really tall and with pointy ears.
God damn it,
Right.
Akros, what would you do without me?
Well, I'd probably be asleep right now,
Let's just...
having nice dreams, you know.
That's all you do, sleep. Okay, let's just stand... Let's just... Do you still want to go to the council chamber? It sounds like it would be harder to get into that.
Let's just hang out here. How about
Okay,
that?
sounds good. And you guys hang out outside along with everybody else that's hanging out outside. Okay, so Brahm, you are outside the council chambers when, the King of Algor walks past you by himself. And, the guards just let him in, very quickly. And there is a robed figure who wasn't following closely behind King Jonah, but, he was about... You didn't really notice him until he turned the corner about 30 feet after. Well, he was 30 feet away from Jonah, and then Jonah went in, and then he came around the corner, and it's a robed figure. It's a figure in wearing robes of blue and purple, and his skin has a slight bluish tint to it. And he just takes his place on a bench close by the chamber.
Okay.
And he takes out a book and starts reading a book. Demi, you are in the merchant stalls. What are you selling, by the way?
Trombones? Yeah.
You're selling trombones.
Yeah, I sell bands to local villages, and I supply trombones.
Okay. That is very oddly specific. Do you sell any other wind instruments besides
No,
trombones?
exclusively trombones.
Exclusively trombones. No oboes?
Yes.
No oboes?
No, don't even mention that.
Oh,
Disgusting.
is there like an oboe trombone rivalry we got going down here?
You wish. They have nothing on trombones. That's
Okay.
why you should buy one.
All right. A gnome with silvery hair, and she is accompanied by a child, about 4 years old, walks over to your stall. She is wearing a symbol of Melora on her chest. Melora is the goddess of nature. And she is just kind of browsing around, looking at your trombones, and she asks, "You don't carry flutes, do you?"
I'm afraid not. Can I get your name, real quick?
My name's Pip.
Pip. Okay, I cast Charm Person.
You cast what?
Charm Person.
Charm person. Okay, so she has to roll a save, right?
No, not unless she actively tries to discern whether or not I'm... Wait, I'll read it. I don't have anything typed.
That's fine. I believe it's a save. I remember when I cast Charm on somebody, I made them make a sandwich.
It is a save.
Yep.
Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, wisdom. All right, that's really good, actually.
No, it isn't. It's terrible. She's a very gullible person.
Uh-huh. Okay, so she kind of looks at you and she says, "I want to try that, young man."
Young man, I'm a woman. Okay.
Young woman. Young lady. I'm sorry, I couldn't tell under all that. Oh, I'm sorry, that's your face.
So, would you like to buy a trombone?
You know what? Is this all the selection you have? I mean,
That's all
I'm
the
looking.
selection you need.
Well, I'm looking for something child size, and she points to the child that has accompanied her. A little boy that is carrying, a little wooden figure of some sort. You're not sure what it is.
Are they human or?
Pip is a gnome.
No, my bad.
Yeah, Pip is a gnome, and the boy appears to be human.
If we were to buy a child-sized trombone, he'd simply outgrow it. That's why you should make the investment and buy a full-fledged sized trombone today, like this one. And I show her one.
You can roll persuasion to try to sell the trombone.
Persuasion. Let's go. Come on. That's amazing.
That is amazing. Do you have anything in? You don't have any. This is gonna sound very far-fetched, she says, but do you have any mithril trombones?
Okay, I'm gonna first touch myself and cast guidance. Then I'm gonna point to one of the golden trombones and say that one right there
Okay.
is indeed mithril.
Okay.
So deception, yeah.
Oh.
1d4.
Nice.
26. That's a mithril trombone, of course.
Okay.
Dare you question my quality?
She only has +4, so. Oh wow. Okay. Oh, I see. It's fine craftsmanship. How much is it?
How much does a trombone go for?
It can't go for more than like a couple silver. If it's mithril, you could probably increase the price by 5.
So.
Or
7
10.
silver? Oh, 10. Okay.
I mean, it's a mithril, so it'd be worth gold at that point.
Fine. Whatever. A single gold. Just for you, my friend Pip, who totally didn't fall for my charm.
I will take that then. So she hands you a gold coin. She takes the trombone. And she continues down the stalls, actually. Just, looking at stuff. The little boy actually had let go of her hand at some point and is still looking at your selection of trombones.
Would that be considered a horn? Because they're 3 gold.
Okay, so I guess it would be a horn. So
Mithril horn.
a mithril horn. So let's say you got 10 gold from that purchase. And she did not seem taken back by the price at all. She just handed you the 10 gold. But the little boy is still there. He, like I said, he looks very young and still clutching his wooden figure. And he kind of looks at you and says, "What do they do?"
Music, young boy. Music.
Can you play one for
Of course I can. Do you have the money?
me? He hands you a copper piece. Is this enough?
I'm afraid not. Why don't you go over there and get your mother, and we'll see what I can do for you.
Okay. And he starts running off, and you see, like, from far away, you see Pip sigh and hands him a silver piece, and he runs back, and he hands you a silver piece.
Ah, okay. 1 silver piece. That should be enough for a quick display of my skills.
Okay? Do you
I
have...
take one of the trombones.
Okay.
I'm not proficient. I have no idea what I'm doing. So, performance.
Oh,
That's an 8.
nice. All right.
Nah, I'm not proficient with it, so I think I get disadvantage or something.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, neat. So, Winnow, from your tent, you can hear this awful, awful screech that seems to be originating from the marketplace. There are several dogs that howl. The orange cat, well, the calico cat named Orange Cat, does not seem to react at all. But a moment afterwards, the little girl that you were watching starts making her way out the tent, or attempting to make her way out the tent. Back at Merchant, the little boy kind of looks at you and says, "Is that what it's supposed to sound like?"
I have an indignant look on my face. Of course.
Wow.
High quality music. A bit above your taste. Maybe when you're older. But you should practice now. Want to buy one?
But my mom just, but the matron just bought me one.
No. I assure you, she's buying that for herself. You might want to get one.
But I was right. I was right here.
No, did you not see the look on her face when she saw my mithril? That's obviously for herself.
You might have to roll deception. It's not going to be a high roll, just to say. Yeah. But Matron Pip said. And at that point, he just looks very, very confused. Okay. Back at the council, there is a smallish platoon of elven guards dressed in bluish plate mail armor, wielding blades that look crescent moon-ish. Within the platoon is a male elf, bleach blonde hair, pale silver eyes, looking very. He's dressed to the nines. Does anybody have Gal, Braun, Razor, or Akros? Does anybody have knowledge history?
I do.
All right. If you can roll that for me, please. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. You didn't know he would be here, but this is King Gellius of Dorenithil, the king of the High Elves in the country of Dorenithil. He doesn't often make appearances on the Eastern Continent either, for obvious reasons.
I give him the respectful bow that any royalty should have.
Okay. He kind of nods at you, but other than that, he doesn't really do anything. And Gal, Razor, Akros, and soon Braun will see him as he makes his way past you, leaving the guards outside, taking one other member of the guard with him. And he makes his way inside. Nobody gives him any trouble at all.